Hey, North Wright County Today, the podcast is brought to you by our friends at Stellus Health. Neighbors caring for neighbors. Locations up there in Monticello and over in Buffalo. Excuse me. You can also check them out at stellushealth.com. They've got blogs. You can check out the Ask a Nurse offerings they have to give you there if you've got questions about health concerns or anything like that. Make appointments or check out some informational videos and things like that, and meet the team of caring doctors that they have both at the Buffalo and Monticello locations. Stellus Health, stellushealth.com. Neighbors caring for neighbors. They can help you with everything from vaccines, flu shots, things like that. Flu season still rolling here. A lot of stomach flu going around. You can check that out. You can check pediatric care. They can do physical therapy, obstetrics, things like that. Expecting moms, they've got all the resources there for you at Stellus Health, and both locations are right next door to the hospital, so there's a good chance if you deliver locally, you'll have your doctor right there in the room with you. So check them out at Stellus Health and stellushealth.com. They just completed a big community survey, and they're checking out what our community needs for their healthcare system. And so they're listening to you, and we're super proud to be partners with them. Another sponsor that's been with us for a long time are my friends Craig and Caleb over at Solutions in St. Michael. Solutions Mental Health Services is there for you. Did you know? And I know you do because you listen to the podcast, that 75% of our public, adults and young people, have gotten help with their mental health from the crew at solutionshealth.com. We love those guys. We think mental health is just as important as your physical health, and they can give you a tour, and you can do telehealth or do any of that stuff at getcounseling.org. That's getcounseling.org. Or check them out over on Thielen Drive, just off Highway 241 in St. Michael. They also have a location where Caleb can help you out, and Annandale and Maple Lake. Great people, great help. Mental health is such a huge thing these days. We're big fans of it. We've done several podcasts based around it, and we think you should check out our friends at Solutions, an original sponsor of the North Wright County Today podcast and North Wright County Today, the website. Finally, it's tax season. Man, it is February. We are rolling through this month like no tomorrow. We've already put Valentine's Day behind us. That means tax day is like 2 months away. So get help with your taxes from our friends over at Peggy Shum and Associates. Peggy's team does a great job of helping you get organized with your tax preparation. They can do it all for you, or you can get your stuff done yourself and have them check it out and e-file it right there at the office. I choose the former because I'm not a finance guy. My partner, Nick, who's not here today, obviously, is more of the finance guy and probably does his taxes in his sleep. But we use Peggy because Peggy's local. Peggy knows Minnesota tax codes, your local tax laws. She can find you the breaks and know the things you need to get your taxes done right the first time. So check them out at cpapss.com or in the Midwest Bank building on Town Center Drive there in downtown St. Michael. That's Peggy Shum, cpapss.com. Awesome. Well, welcome to the North Wright County Today podcast. It is the third week of February, and we hope you enjoyed that little taste of spring last week. It's gone. So now we're back to second or third winter, and we'll just
Slush and
Yeah, slush and sand season. It is a pleasure today to be joined by Mayor Jillian Hendrickson from Albertville. How you doing?
I am busy and good. Busy is always good.
Super mom and mayor and hardworking sales associate, right? Like
Yeah.
pharmaceutical
it's
sale.
more like someone that's swimming, trying to stay at the top of the water and
Right.
do all the balls that they're juggling in the air.
Yeah, I think we all feel like that
Treading water.
these days. But yeah, thanks so much for making the time. We'll hopefully make this short, sweet, and informational.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Well, what's shaking? Albertville is just kind of, getting a little, I don't know, want to call it second wind, but we're seeing a lot of new development. And like I was telling Nick, in a couple of spaces that I would have never thought of with, the dance studio tucked back there and kinder care and some of those fun things. But it's got to be an exciting time to be mayor right now.
It's definitely exciting, but it's also, it's been really fun to see like small businesses putting, their weight and energy behind putting in strong businesses in Albertville. It's fun because, we love to talk about our motto being small town living big city life.
Mm-hmm.
And it truly is staying that way right now. I mean, you could say, having an apartment complex here may not fit with the community, but in order to sustain these small businesses and our industrial park, we need a good balance. And being 4 square miles, it's been a delight to see some of these, like Gravity Dance invest in building and kinder care coming to town. We've got Everbrook Daycare. I mean, there was a time when I was mayor and we didn't have a single daycare facility.
Right. Everything was in home.
And now it's like, okay, no more daycares. We're good. But, it doesn't always work that way. As a council, we can do like the planning and zoning appropriately.
Sure.
But if a business comes and it fits the plan and zoning, they're very welcome to submit to the city.
Nick and I have talked a little bit about it. Nick Schultz, who's normally in your chair, is not with us today, but Nick and I have talked about how there was obviously everything took a pause in 2020, however you feel about that. But it seems like that allowed you guys to kind of recalibrate a little, and now Albertville is really, seeing some benefit from that, maybe refocusing, readjustment, and has really kind of taken off, especially the last two and a half years.
I think COVID affected Albertville, but I also think our community supported a lot of the businesses, like from the restaurants. I mean, it was definitely a struggle, probably more so for the small businesses and large businesses than it was actually for the city. But I think that what really is driving a lot of this development is the infrastructure improvement in 94.
Sure.
And things migrating north, including people. Otsego has grown tremendously in houses. I think they had about 250 new home permits this year. St. Michael's not far behind it, and Albertville really has a sweet spot sitting right in the middle of that on the freeway.
Right.
And improving that access to the freeway has really driven a lot of the development, along with the population growth. But yeah, so I don't know if I would say COVID is rebirthed. I think we kind of maybe did take a pause, like you said, but we've seen, some great changes.
Well, I think
from that too.
I think you bring an excellent point up in the sense that the transportation infrastructure with 94 being widened to 6 lanes, that stretch from 241 to 37 being, painful but manageable. And really, just businesses, big and small, taking a second look at, the infrastructure that's out here, the opportunity there is for growth, the rooftops that are coming. And I'm kind of excited to see, what's next for that north side of 94 with some of the proposed businesses coming in there, kind of, where Just for Kicks kind of revived
Yep.
that little corner. Now there's more stuff coming in. Tell us a little bit about that. And one of them's kind of one of my favorites, and that's Aldi popping in
Okay.
over there.
To say, is it Costco or?
No, that's Otsego. So
Yes, good. I'm glad you know that.
Yeah.
Many people don't.
I know.
So, yes, Costco coming into the community, they were looking all over North Wright County, and so we were very fortunate as a community that they picked 94 as their place they wanted to be. They looked in Albertville and other areas, but I think from a transportation perspective, logistically, it made sense for them to come. And Costco brings a lot of interest, and so that's where the Mr. Car Wash, Aldi concept is coming from an organization developer called Java. And then I think the very corner is still for sale.
Right.
So nothing quite yet proposed for that location, but I think it's great for Albertville to see the development. The mall is still vacant. It's still an eyesore. The outlet mall, the east side.
The promenade side. Yeah. Yep.
That's the side that is kind of dilapidated.
Yeah.
And as a city, we're a little limited in what we can do to help, move that along. But we do have a blighted status for that, which helps if there is a good development that comes forth. We have TIF financing that we could consider using, but we want it to be a business that's going to be successful if we're going to invest TIF dollars, which is basically community funds.
Yeah, I've heard, some people ask me or ask, at a function, whether it's Chamber, Shop St. Michael, Albertville, or whatever, what could possibly go in there. That is still zoned commercial, is it not?
Correct. Yeah. It is. Yeah.
So it would have to be business related.
Yeah, and housing wouldn't really work there anyways. I've been told because of the way that it's the proximity to the water, the lake, it wouldn't necessarily work. So commercial is, if you asked Jillian the mayor what Jillian the mayor wants, I would say Trader Joe's, please. So, but we don't always get what we ask for, but if we don't ask, we'll never know. So
Right.
I've been out there preaching that for a while, but
Now, you've been mayor for how long now? We're coming up on 7 terms?
I don't keep track. I think it's 13 years, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty wild. That would make sense because my oldest just turned 13. So I was on council before she was born.
Right.
Yeah, and I ran for mayor when I was pregnant. So yeah, it blows my mind.
Right. And we were
It wasn't
introduced
really planned.
we were introduced to her not too long ago, and she's still doing great.
Yeah, they're all doing great. Oh yeah, you met my middle child,
Right.
Hannah. Yeah,
Yes.
she's doing great. She's
Good.
She's dancing away.
And which one's the soccer player?
My oldest that just turned 13, Emily,
Okay.
is a soccer player. So
Okay.
she plays for Rush. Yeah,
Cool.
it's been good. That's my
Every
That's my
podcast
sport.
circles back to
that was
soccer
your
in
sport,
some way.
right?
Yeah,
that was
absolutely.
my
So-
sport. So what's hard that the younger one in dance takes my time because I need help with the hair and the makeup, and so I don't get to go to all the soccer stuff. It's just a bummer.
So, we've talked a bit about the revitalization. What are you most proud of as far as how Albertville's come along over the last decade?
For me, I am extremely proud of the staff. I think without the tenure that we have at the city of Albertville is very incredibly, it's just incredible, I should say. We have some over 20 years that have
Right.
been with the city. I mean, their knowledge it's so helpful in situations when we're looking at a vacant piece of property and they say, well, that used to be a junkyard, you might want to dig a little deeper, see what you find. So truly that, and then I think having a council that has a variety of talents coming together, like diverse backgrounds, working together has also been very strong, but I wouldn't say that we would be as successful as we have been as a city without our staff.
Yeah,
So,
I, of course, lived here when you first ran for mayor and then moved away and, of course, had a life change and moved back. And some of
Welcome
those friendly faces were still there. And we're like, hey, Mike, and it's like, and it's like I never left. So, yeah, it is a cool thing. And
yeah,
you also have one of the better city administrators in the state
great.
with Adam and the job that he does and the balls that he's juggled. And
Yeah,
um,
he's
that,
great.
I want to kind of circle back to that 94 project. I know when you came on city council, that was kind of when the ball started to roll a little bit with yourself and Steve Bott and some of the other folks. What, what else kind of stoked that vision to get those lanes widened? I mean, how did that, push go? Give me a little history behind that.
So the ball started rolling before I joined the council,
Mm-hmm.
but I think initially it was working with our local representative at the state to figure out ways to work within the MnDOT system, because knowing that they hold the keys to a lot of the decisions of where the dollars go.
Funding, sure.
Yeah, and the 94 coalition that we still have today worked with the state legislature to try to find ways to put more money in the outer suburbs versus the metro, because at the time and still today, maintenance is important, but future growth was not really on their radar in our area. It wasn't on 94, wasn't on the 20-year plan for growth.
Right.
And so I think vocal, just there's been obviously changes in council, but very vocal collaborative effort is, I don't know if I'm supposed to look at effort here or here.
Wherever you want.
Okay. All that collaboration is and collaboration with businesses, like from Rogers getting Maple Grove to join, all of that, and then taking, a day or two to go out to DC it from time to time has helped. We've got some funding, but I think working together collaboratively is what helped propel that.
Yeah.
And then once we started, it was like, okay, now we hired a company that 94 Coalition did to help with our marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And then just continually messaging.
Yeah, just kind of pounding that message. Like, I think the presentation that I saw, which
You
probably
probably saw the green light.
10 or 12 years ago
Yeah,
now,
the green
light,
on
but
94.
just the sheer number of truck traffic that they talked about,
Yes.
and how that being choked up cost business so much money
Ton.
just to have trucks sitting there in traffic. I mean, the delays, the gas they waste, the man hours, the fact that if you sit in traffic for an hour, that's 70 miles you're not covering. I think those were all amazing points and really critical into delivering that message.
Yeah,
And now we're 6 lanes to Clearwater, which is phenomenal.
And I think too, as a coalition, we kind of focused on what my message was, what the mayor of St. Michael's message was. It was a little bit different. What like Golden Plum Chicken's message was. We made sure that we hit every type of mindset. when you look at the state, there's a bunch of personalities of different people.
Sure.
And you got to we hit the sweet spot in all of them. Getting home to your kids at a reasonable time. That was one of the chair's memorable things he kept repeating. Well, when you said that the time to get home to your kids, like that really resonated.
Yeah.
For other people, I mean, it was on the cusp of AI. We utilized that AI technology from these businesses to show this is how much money we're losing. And we can take our business to Iowa. And that's still happening today. So I think all of that is what drove that. And generally, transportation is a very collaborative. Two parties seem to both want to improve it. So,
yeah, one of those rare things we can come to an agreement on.
to be able to, like, a group of cities all with the same goal, but also on a topic that's a shared desire is what helped. Yeah.
Cool.
And Steve.
Yeah, we had Steve Bott in as one of our, he was probably first 5 guests on the program. And yeah, it's just one of those things he's very proud of, and he really should be. He drove that. I thought you were going to say hockey arena when I asked you. When I asked you.
Oh, really?
About favorite project.
Oh, my favorite project. Are you asking my favorite project?
No, I'm just teasing. I agree that our staff in the city has been great, but I know the hockey project was near and dear to you. I remember sitting on the ice and having Kraft come, to give us some money for that project, and here we are with 2 sheets and tournaments and a new home for our boys program. So that's been pretty cool too.
Yeah, it's definitely helped with the family life and driving to practice, not having to go to St. Cloud all the time. And now Rogers has another sheet, so being able to, as a tri-entity, owned different parts of it, shared with the school, and with being able to sustain that has been good for the city.
How key has that been in this area? The fact that your city government, St. Michael's city government, and the school district, obviously we share a name, with our flagship school. But there has to be cooperation there for a city that's seen such exponential growth.
Yeah.
And rope Otsego into that too, because it's now the largest community in Wright County, and it's a largely bedroom community, but still growing.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, leading back to my comment about collaboration, the staff are great at all levels. They kind of keep us out of it, but what I will say is it has been a pleasure to collaborate with the school. It's been a pleasure to collaborate with the city of St. Michael and the city of Otsego when we can. And I think that if we didn't have that, taxes would be higher.
Right.
So my point, really is that we got to work together to keep lean and mean. We've had people join our councils over the last several years, and even Walter, when he joined, I was like, you can dig all you want, but you're not going to find a wasted dollar unless you don't want to plow the sidewalks, which is, or mow the parks. So,
right.
Yeah, but I think without that collaboration, expenses to live here would be higher, and people complain about the taxes everywhere, but
right.
You gotta, sustain good quality community.
Yeah.
So
what's next? I mean, one, for you, I mean, how long are you going to keep doing this? And 2, what's next for our fair city of, I always say, we broadcast here at the Selfie Company Studios in historic downtown Albertville.
Historic. In the Cons Crossing.
Right,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, what's next for me tonight? I was like, first of all, I was like, well, I got to get one to dance. And I'm driving to Chicago this weekend. But no, for Albertville, I would say a lot of things are happening. So there's proposals by the Pizzics farm, that landmark farm that's still next to like the eye store. The
east
Albertville
side.
Eye Care.
Or
Yeah,
what would that be?
there.
The south side of that Coburn's development there. Yep.
Yep. And there's some proposals. People can dig in the city packets. They can see them. There's some commercial. That's all zone commercial right now. So Everything is conceptual right now. There's not an application in, but we're excited to see what will come. So I'm hopeful for that. And you see, like you mentioned, the Kidner Care coming. There's some little squares that still exist in Albertville that are not developed that it'll be interesting to see, when people call me, what do you think? I'm like, well, there's this, there's that. There's still small spots. So there's a company right now trying to put in, it's approved, but like storage for like RVs, boats, where it's owner, you buy in.
Oh, sure.
Concept. Versus not renting the station, it's like you own it.
Okay.
Like a condo for your boat.
Yes, we've seen that over in St. Michael.
Yeah. Yes. Great idea.
Yeah.
But
everybody's got to have a place to put their toys.
Yeah, we have also seen some great industrial park development and growth. We have Old Castle Glass has expanded, Federated Co-op has, I think, expanded twice. We've got Guardian Angels. They're already taking applications for their independent senior living. So it's a busy time.
Cool.
Yeah.
You going to stick around? Or
I mean, I always say
it's an election year, so
it is. Right now, I think I'm planning on running.
Okay.
I think there's still some things that need to be done, and there's, dreams for the future of the town, and I just did not anticipate enjoying supporting the community as much as I have. So
well, you've done a great job.
We'll see.
We'll have you back.
It always change. It always could change.
All right. Well, we appreciate it, and
thank
thanks
you.
so much for coming in. And we'll talk to you soon. We'll have you back.
Bye.
All right. Thanks, everybody. All right. We're going to go through a couple of events that we got coming up. The big one for St. Michael Albertville High School, of course, is our wrestlers. Well, not just the wrestlers. We've got a few winter sports who are wrapping up their seasons right now. And as we record this, boys hockey is in the Section 8 semifinals, so good luck to the Knights. They're playing against the Elks, so that'll be happening. But wrestling, again, took the section championship. They've been rolling all season, looking to get their 12th state championship. And I believe this would be 3 in a row for state championships, and they'll be the number 1 seed in the state dual tournament. That will kick off in a couple weeks down at Grand Casino Arena, formerly known as the X. I believe wrestling, not a couple weeks, a week. I believe wrestling will start on the 27th. So wish those guys, 26th, pardon me, will be the team duel. So we wish those guys the best of luck in their quest to keep this thing rolling. Pretty cool. Just the tradition this program has built. So yeah, that'll be coming up. Also, St. Michael Albertville High School, the choir program, which we had friend of the program, Mr. Osowski, on a couple months ago. This is a big one, the Agni Voice Choir Concert, which is a very unique concert. That will be March 4th. Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. That's a community favorite. Not as big as the Pops concert. That seems to be the big one, and that's still coming up later in the spring. But this is also a beautiful evening. Agni means voices together, as Mr. O talked about, and this will be a unique evening of entertainment and really just beautiful, beautiful music. So we can hope you guys get to that. Lots of Easter stuff just around the corner. Of course, Ash Wednesday was the 18th. So things are rolling around with Lent, which means we're only about five weeks or so from Easter Sunday. And you'll want to look for all those breakfast with the bunny sorts of things coming up. One of the big ones in Monticello is 8:30 a.m., bright and early in the morning. Fun one for the kiddos. At the Monticello Community Center. And I remember working at that one a few years ago, And that was, when I was editor of the Monticello Times, and that was a big one. Monticello Community Center is such a great venue there, and I would guess Mayor Lloyd will be in the building. So say hi to my friend Lloyd Hilgart, who's the mayor of Monticello. He will be there. Music bingo at the Liberty next Friday. Of course, that'll be a Fish Fry night, Friday the 27th. If you're not down at the state wrestling tournament, head on over to the Liberty. I'm going to have some fun going on there with Jindo and prizes and music bingo. That kicks off at 7 o'clock, so grab your fish dinner. I don't know who the fundraiser is that night, but it should be somebody. And stick around for music bingo at the Liberty. And then, of course, one of my favorites coming up, the free days at the Art Museum, the Wiseman Art Museum in Minneapolis, if you want to go into the city. That is Saturday, February 28th, kicking off at 11 a.m. If you've never been to the Wiseman, it is an architectural wonder. It is one of the most unique buildings in the Twin Cities area, and it's that bright, shiny building you can see off of 94 when you're kind of if you go through the tunnel, if you go through the Loring Tunnel there under Loring Park, you can pop out the other side, and the Wiseman is on the north there, south side of downtown, and just one of those great buildings in our community, and wonderful art in that, and the one free day they've got coming up on the 28th, so check that out. Some other fun stuff to look for. March 2nd, which is a Monday, that Monday night, there will be a women's networking event at Vibe Chiropractic in Albertville there, just in the parking lot of Coburn's grocery store, behind the restaurant there. It'll be Vibe Chiropractic and Discover STMA hosting a women's network event from 6:15 to 7:15. That's something they're going to be doing regularly on the first Monday of each month. So March 2nd will be this month's upcoming month's event, and that kicks off at 6:15 p.m. Just there in Vibe Chiropractic, right behind Willie McCoy's there. So yeah, that's a few of the things going on. Check out our website for some of the other events happening, and get out and enjoy as the weather kind of turns from the deep freeze to what I like to call sand and gravel season, because all the snow melts and the rain comes and all the mud and sand and gook that's been in your driveway for about 2 months ends up in your foyer or entryway there. So, all right. Hey, we're going to wrap up the show with a couple of advertisers. Just want to say thank you to Sam and Selfie Company Studios. We, of course, broadcast each episode of the North Wright County Today podcast here in historic downtown Albertville, right here at Selfie Company Studios. Check it out, man. They've got Easter stuff set up. They've got, it feels like spring in here just a little bit. They've got the classic Friends Couch, all that stuff. Book a birthday party here, get set for prom. They're going to be at all the proms here in a couple months with the 360 booth. But check them out on Facebook, Selfie Company. They just do wonderful stuff with kids and events. You probably saw them there. I believe they're going to be at SOAR. They're going to be at a couple of different events. Get those photos, get those memories, and Sam and her crew will help you do that. So thank you to Selfie Company. And we also want to thank our OG sponsor and our official bank of North Wright County today, Deerwood Bank. You'll notice Nick's not with me today, but I can tell you it was a good week at the bank because I popped in there and my kiddo, my oldest son, popped in there and visited Nick today, and he was able to help them out. They were able to help him out. So Deerwood Bank, check them out on Highway 241 in the bank building. We teased them about how many names it's been, but looks like Deerwood's here to stay, and we love them in our community. They find just many ways to give back. So deerwoodbank.com. and say hi to Nick when you pop in on a Friday with some popcorn. So thanks very much. Have a great week, and we'll be back soon with another pod. Thank you to Jillian for joining us. Thank you to you for watching, listening, do what you do. Be safe, everybody. Be nice. Have a great week.